Thank you guys. I am thrilled to be in the great state of Idaho. It's amazing that really we have these legislators here. We have Governor Little. This was the first state to ultimately pass some sort of fairness in women's sports law. So to be here now, where Governor Little is about to sign an executive order, is really special. I'm just here to provide a little context as to why this is important. We hear all the time, I'm sure the legislators up here heard it when this was being argued in this Capitol, that this is a solution in search of a problem. This isn't really happening. I'm here to tell you that it is happening. It's happening here in the state of Idaho. It's happening around the country. Every state, every level, every division, every single sport. I, as a collegiate swimmer, you heard, competed against Leah Thomas, a 6'4" man who previously competed 3 years on the men's team at UPenn before deciding to switch to the women's team. I can wholeheartedly attest to the unfair competition, to the tears that I saw from not just the moms in the stands watching as their daughters are being obliterated in the sport that they once loved, but the tears from the girls who placed 9th and 17th and missed out on being named an All-American by 1 place. I can wholeheartedly attest to the extreme discomfort in the locker room. When you turn around, you're putting your racing suit on, which takes about 15-20 minutes to really poke and prod yourself into, 15 to 20 minutes of which you're fully exposed, putting your suit on, and all of a sudden you hear a man's voice in that locker room. And you turn around, you quite literally have to look up because he's towering over every girl in that changing space, and there's a man undressing inches away from where you were simultaneously fully unclothed. I can wholeheartedly attest to the whispers, because that's what they were. They were whispers of anger and frustration from girls who, just like myself, had worked and competed, practiced, sacrificed our whole entire lives to get to that meet. Now a little bit of context on what this executive order is, what it does. You heard from Governor Little that the Biden-Harris administration has effectively rewritten Title IX, the federal civil rights law enacted in 1972 that at one point prevented sex-based discrimination on any educational program that received federal funding. Now, I strategically said at one point because Title IX is no more. The Biden-Harris administration has effectively abolished Title IX in its original intent. Now what this rewrite says, you heard it, it's 1,500 pages long. Keep in mind, in its original implementation, it was only 37 words, very brief, a paragraph. Now it's almost 500,000 words. That should tell you everything that you need to know. But in short, what this rewrite does, it allows men to take academic and athletic scholarships away from women. It allows men full access into bathrooms, locker rooms, changing spaces on college campuses. Your speech would be compelled. You would now be forced to use biologically incorrect pronouns. And if you don't, if you or your daughter, your 17-year-old daughter who goes off to college away from her family for the first time, if she's housed with a male in her dorm room and she merely goes to her administration and requests a new roommate, she would be guilty and charged with sexual harassment. Not the man parading around her locker room. No, to President Biden and to his VP, that's considered brave and inspiring. He said it many times, but you calling a spade is grounds for sexual harassment. But I am thrilled to be here today with these legislators, with Governor Little, to say that Idaho will not comply. There have been few states, very few leaders who are willing to take this decisive action, forceful action, which blows my mind. To me, this is common sense. This isn't meant to be partisan. This isn't meant to be discriminatory towards anyone. No, our message here today, this is not a message that is anti-anything. This message is pro-fairness. It is pro-safety. It is pro-transparency. This message is pro-woman. I also was thrilled to see all of the athletes, both male and female, here. It's revitalizing. Myself, I'm done competing. This isn't about me. It's not about any sort of personal ladder that I'm trying to climb. This is why we fight. These young girls, these young boys, it's their future that's at stake, which is why I'm thrilled to be here. I have the honor of introducing the next guest. She is someone who I've gotten to know over the past 2 years since being involved in this fight. And I proudly, most of you know her as Representative Barbara E. Hart. I know her as Coach Barbara E. Hart. She is someone who is fierce, she is relentless, she's unapologetic in stating the simple biological truth that men and women are different. I thank her, I thank Senator Souza as well for their lead here in the state of Idaho. And so Coach Barb, thank you for being, you've been a coach for many years in your professional capacity, but she's been our coach in this fight as well. And so we love you and we appreciate you.